Hello everyone, Gary House from the Run Strong Club, and welcome back to my little training diary or vlog, whatever we want to call it. I'm back in Snowdonia just a few days after the last video, or the last bit of footage that I caught, where it was covered in icy kind of snow at the top. Today, completely different story, like it has been across the UK, I guess. Blue skies, Monogwen at the bottom of Travan. There is the mighty Travan. That's the way I'll be heading out. Yeah, but I've got a couple of hours today, so we're taking out these. I know lots of people are interested in the INOV-8, what are they? The G-Fly 300s, G-Fly, which they've kindly sent me, but if I'm honest, it's the least they could do, because I'm sure I copyrighted G-Fly 15 years ago. Not sure how much I'll be flying in them. If I was going to give you the rundown straight away out the box without me putting them on, I'm a size 9 and these are way over 350 grams. So you have to take the 300, which is usually the weight. You either have to give it some extra depending on your size, or you have to take it with a bit of pinch of salt. Like 350 plus grams is a lot of shoe for me these days. I can't remember the last time I kind of ran in a shoe that heavy. That being said, the upper seems like the same as the G260 or 270, and yeah, graphene through the midsole, which we will see about. INOV-8 are going in hard on the durability of these, and I've seen people messing around in local parks, doing little kind of runs, 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, not really putting them to the test in my opinion. So today I'm going to take them out. Big day in the hills, a couple of 1,000 meters of elevation, probably rocky terrain. It's going to be dry-ish, I guess, but it's going to be bogs, grass, fell, rocky terrain. This is going to be a true test of the shoe. Will I enjoy them? Who knows, if I'm honest, but I'll give you my honest feedback as we go along, and again when we get back to the car. So this is, yeah, although I'm not one for reviews usually, this one has interested me. You can see like the what they're doing there. That's for the flexibility in the sole. 6mm drop. That's about as much as I know, to be honest. I'd much rather just tell you how they feel on and join a big mountain run and go through all the details. You can find that out yourself. Yeah, route wise, up and over Travan to the Glidders, then I'll make a route choice, probably down to Pennapass car park, and then we'll go from there. So we've just hit the scrambly bit of Travan, pack the poles away. A bit of that. I'll have to put this away in a second, leave my hands. But yeah, first impressions of the shoes. I mean, I've only been in them 20 minutes. Yeah, you definitely feel the stack. Can't comment on the weight because I've only been hiking. You can definitely feel there's some flexibility in there. That's that groove in the middle, I guess. And we'll now see what they're like with a bit of a scramble, I guess. There we go. Travan was alright. A few lads at the top had a chat. Pointed them in the right direction. I took a different route down than usual. If I do that route again in a race in the future, I'm always looking at different ways. I never get the right way down. I don't know if there is a right way, and that definitely wasn't it. Although I did join a better path halfway down. But yeah, a bit of messing around at the top. That's possibly one of the best views you'll get of it. So this is coming off Glidders, but I've tried to choose a route today that doesn't have paths, just because I haven't been on fells for such a long time really. I want to get elevation, but I also want to get off the beaten track. So the shoes were pretty good going up on the loose ground. Like on the way down, you can see this kind of stuff. That's what I've come down, and yeah, not great if I'm honest. They feel heavy. They are heavy. Feel a bit cumbersome to me anyway. I'm not used to the big stack, and I feel like it's working my ankles way more than I'm used to, if I'm honest. A few occasions I've nearly gone over. Granted, the ground isn't the best, but if I had a different shoe on, one that I'm more used to, I'd definitely be more aggressive coming down this hill. Oh yeah, I see a family of goats there. But for those interested, this was a little bit of a shortcut on day one of Dragon's Back. Cuts a little bit of a corner off. So yeah, look out for that coming off the Glithers. Halfway up Snowdon, there you go. So the GoPro's died again, so I think we need new batteries or a new GoPro there. But yeah, I've just splashed myself with water for the first time probably this year. And yeah, like I said, those shoes on the way down on the fell wasn't very enjoyable. On this stuff, you can see this kind of path now up the miners of Snowdon. They feel alright, yeah. Bit of cushioning. I mean, I'm 3 hours into the run now, and I don't know when I would wear these shoes. I don't know when I would be personally wearing them. Just feel a bit heavy now, they're a bit wet. Bit of mud in them, they're probably a bit heavier. Probably talking 400 grams a shoe here now. So yeah, crack on though. We're halfway up the miners, poles are out now, but there's some fresh water. Welcome back everyone, bonjour. Back on the local trails today. We got cut off last time up in the hills, and I was taking these things out. So I was taking the G Fly 300s out for a spin around Snowdonia. I think I was out for 6 hours in total. Got back, well, the battery went on this GoPro, so I couldn't give you any more footage or any more feedback on the shoes. And now I'm back on local trails because I've decided to give them a second chance. If you probably picked up, I wasn't really enjoying them, the G Fly 300s on that run around Snowdonia, but I thought to give them a fair chance, I'll give them a bit of a run out on the local trails where I know every step, every route, every kind of ascent, descent. It's hard packed ground, so I can give you a much better opinion on them after a few days rest. Like coming from the first one, the first day was in them was steep up, steep down, boggy, off-road a lot in the fells, so maybe it was suited to them, maybe it wasn't, I don't know. It's a lot of shoe though, it's a lot of shoe. Okay, so we've done about 45 minutes in them again. This time the paths are much better, hard packed trail, stuff like that. So some good running in parts, and yeah, they're not fast shoe. Coming downhill, that felt surprisingly good actually. I think it was gravity taking the bin lids down, if I'm honest. But yeah, that wasn't too bad. Then this stuff, like the I'll give them their due. On the hard rocky stuff, loose rocks in paths, it's like I imagine like those fat bikes, mountain bikes that you see knocking about with fat tyres on. That's essentially what these feel like. It's like going around in a pair of 4x4s. Now, for someone as dainty as myself, I like skipping through the rocks, skipping through the terrain. So I haven't got big clodhoppers. Yeah, I go with light on my feet rather than ploughing through them. So again, if that's you, if you're more of a 4x4 in the hills and you haven't got dainty ballet dancing feet like me, maybe you'll get on better with them. But yeah, on the flat, it's a no. Downhill, gravity helps a bit. Mountains, no. Fell, no. Definitely no. Yeah, which leaves the loose rocky stuff, I guess. Yeah. Hey, there we go. That's another 70-80 minutes done in them. There's potential to move faster around the local trails, so it wasn't kind of the steep ups, the same amount of elevation and descent that there was in Snowdonia in the mountains. That 6 hours of the day was a pure mountain day really, so I wanted to do something different, give these a chance. It's not all bad, I have to say. We'll start off with the positives. The uppers, like inside, really comfy. You'd expect that by now by INOV-8. Like the G260 was comfy, the G270 was comfy. I think, like they might say otherwise, they might tell me otherwise, the upper is just exactly the same. It's like a G270 with this on the bottom, yeah? The graphene sole, or whatever it is, the 300 sole. Like I alluded to, I weighed these before I put them on. I'm a size 9. Like this still seems a lot of shoe for a size 9. I don't know if that's any kind of comparison. I haven't got a massive head though, but it's a lot of shoe for a size 9, and you feel it straight away. It is built for durability. I'm assuming that's what they're selling it on, because like I said, the upper, that's a G260, whatever they're called, Terra Ultra shoe. Underneath, everything about this shoe that's different is the sole. Yeah, they were unstable on the mountain day, on the steep descents in the fells. They're definitely not a fell shoe, but I like to do this test. Way more rigid than the G260, G270, and the mud claw especially. The mud claw still has a lot of bend in there. It will bend here because of that groove. But yeah, comfort wise, they are comfy. But what you gain in comfort, you lack in, I think, responsiveness. You cannot feel the little stones and the jagged rocks that kick up, or if you kick your toe maybe, you don't feel it as much as you do in a more aggressive shoe. And at the end of the 6 hours, my feet weren't tired at all. In return for that, yeah, I couldn't run fast in them. They didn't feel like a performance shoe at all. I felt clumsy in them. There was lots of ankle roll in the mountains just because the stack height. For me, the 6 hour run the other day and this run today, 70, 80, 90 minutes it's going to be by the time I get home, could have been done in the Terra Ultras quite perfectly. I completed the whole Dragon's Back in the pair of Terra Ultras, the original ones, the G260. If I'd have had these in the Dragon's Back, they would have lasted half a day, I think. They're just, yeah, too cumbersome, too heavy for me. Not a performance shoe. Maybe if you're someone coming from the city to the trails and you like that bit of comfort, maybe this is for you. But I don't mind getting back after a hard run, after I've run fast or run hard or run a big day. I don't mind having my feet feel a little bit bashed up. Yeah, they're used to it. So back to durability. I think that's what they're pushing, that the fact that they're more durable. I know some people have already looked at the price and been put off. If it costs a little bit more, but it lasts twice as long, is that a fair price to pay? I don't know. That's for you. I didn't have an issue with the Terra Ultras, the G260 or the G270. They both lasted upwards of 1,500 kilometers before I started wearing them for the dog walking and stuff like that. So durability wise, I haven't had an issue. I know some people have. So for these, I think if you want a shoe that's going to have a sole that lasts forever and you want extra comfort, then yes, maybe, perhaps. I don't know what else is out there in that kind of space. If you want a traditional INOV-8 shoe, fast on the fells, performance shoe, this isn't it. I don't think it is anyway. People might prove me wrong. Again, it's my opinion. I've given some good opinions on INOV-8 shoes in the past, and this one for me is just a bit of a miss. So yeah, it probably won't be going in my rotation.